These are the 7 main problems and myths surrounding appliance purchases. These issues will cost you money, time, and aggravation if you're not aware of them beforehand. At the end of the video, we'll talk about the one myth that undoubtedly will bring out the haters and negative comments. Let's get started. The new combo washer and dryers from LG, GE, and Samsung allow you to put in your clothes dirty and have them washed and dried in one cycle, so you don't have to transfer from your clothes from the washer to the dryer. It's ideal for doing laundry before you go to bed or before you go to the office. The new combos have bigger capacities with better lint filters. Lint capture was a huge problem in the older combo models. However, if you buy a combo, it will take you longer to do your family's laundry. Cycles take longer, and you can't reload the washer while you run the dryer like you do now. So, if you do a lot of laundry, this could be a real problem. And speaking of problems, nobody knows with certainty if those new filters will work over a long period of time. No, you don't need a Pro range for high output anymore. In fact, this slide-in non-Pro cafe range has the highest BTU in a 30-inch size. The LG slide-in has 220,000 BTU burners in the front, more than Thermador, Miele, Wolf, and many other Pro ranges. Now it's true Pro ranges can come in larger sizes with high output burners, grills, and griddles, but if you only really need 2 high output burners, then you don't need to buy a Pro range, especially in the regular 30-inch sizes. Walk into any appliance store and ask for the best range, and they'll show you dual fuel. You have the speed of gas and the even heat of an electric oven, which is better for baking. A dual fuel Pro range could be considered the best, much like the roast, because an all-gas range is better for roasting because gas is a heavier, moisture heat. And for broiling, gas is way better, especially the intense, direct heat of an infrared broiler, which is similar to the sear burner of an expensive Pro grill. However, a gas cooktop isn't the fastest burner type anymore anyway. Induction far faster with a lower simmer, it's easy to clean, vent, and the most child safe because the burners need to sense metal to turn on and remain on. By the way, cost of converting your existing gas stove to electric with the added amps, rewiring a new outlet is about $3,000. So budget that for the unforeseen expense if you plan to switch to a dual fuel. So don't default to a dual fuel because many other options could be better for you. There are no longer supply chain issues. In fact, it's quite the opposite. You can buy almost anything, including Thermador, Sub-Zero, Wolf, and Miele, and have it delivered quickly. Manufacturers added capacity for the overwhelming demand that is no longer there. You don't have to put deposits on orders far in the future like you did in 2022. So keep the money in your bank, especially when the banks are paying 4 to 5%. Combine that with buying on a holiday, and you can pick one: President's Day, July 4th, Labor Day, and Black Friday. These holidays can stretch out to weeks. For example, Black Friday now lasts from Halloween until Cyber Monday, 4 days after Thanksgiving. You can also save 10 to 35% or even more now as manufacturers become more desperate. Combine that with keep your money in the bank, and that's serious savings. You're probably comparing brands and features, and those are great things to consider. You also need to be sure you're looking at online reviews of stores and especially appliance repair in your area. Miele, Thermador, Wolf are all great brands, but finding which brand has better service in your area is more important than looking at features, because you'll need service, often in the first year. I could mention delivery, which is a huge problem as labor shortages have crippled the amount of good delivery people. And that Sub-Zero refrigerator can weigh over 800 pounds. Installing appliances is also a challenge, especially for a refrigerator like this, with multiple drawers and panels. Everything is far more technical and harder to install now than it ever was, and builders are pushing back on appliance installation. So you must clarify that beforehand. So be prepared, because thinking everything is going to be smooth when buying appliances is probably the biggest myth of all. Make that the second biggest. LG and Samsung are the most problematic. Sure, it's all over the internet, so it must be true, but it's not. We logged over 37,000 service calls last year and over 100,000 over the last 3 years. The most reliable appliance you can buy is this LG top-load washer, along with LG laundry in general. That said, they have lots of problems because they're 2 of the most popular brands sold in the US. If they're delivered and installed wrong, you will also have that problem. I don't think either has adequate service coverage for the staggering amount of their appliances sold. I would normally end the video there. But the management and Samsung corporate does not like these videos and reached out to me. We had a spirited conversation. I respected their passion, and even more so when the director offered to give you and any aggrieved Samsung customers a direct line, but he didn't sign off a waiver. So you can leave any comments and I will forward them directly to him. Want a whole webinar on appliances that you should avoid along with Q&A from people just like you? Click this link and thanks for watching.